Hello guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and I just hit Scatterspike accidentally. Anyways, I'm doing this test run for a certain video lineup that I'm not sure if I'm going to continue, because one, it requires me to finish off a wave of Transformers, and sometimes there's just like one or two that I really want, and then I kind of stop. And then two, I'm just not sure if it's really necessary, because I could do separate reviews of each figure, but I wanted to review the entire wave of a Transformers lineup. And for today, I've got the Transformers Robots in Disguise, Wave 8 of the Warrior Class lineup, also known as Wave 4 for 2016's Warrior Class lineup, not including the Toys R Us exclusive lineup. Now, this I'm going to call the Red Wave, because each figure features the color red. You got Bisk, which is an orangish red, and then he's got the maroon. You got Ratchet, which has accents of red, and then Scatterspike, which has a darker red color scheme. But that's just me. That's just what I like to call it. If a wave I find has a certain theme to it, I just call it the Red Wave or something like that. So yeah, I have to thank Ultra Maximus for the Bisk figure. I mean, it's an awesome figure. And let's talk about the wave and if it's a good wave of figures. First up, we do have Bisk. Now, Bisk is the only figure that features a whole new mold. Everything else is either a repaint or being reused with certain parts that are new, like the Ratchet in the back there. But Bisk is the only one that completely doesn't share anything from any previous figure. He is going to have a repaint down the line called Thermidor. I think that for Bisk, it's pretty cool. Now, this is one of the highlights of the wave. The other is Ratchet. Not to say that Scatterspike is bad, but she is the runt of the litter. She is pretty much the same thing as Quillfire. And sometimes some repaints can really do wonders, and they impress me, but this is just the same thing, or it feels roughly the same, because you're going from a darker color scheme with the brown to a darker color scheme with the red, and there's not that much differences going on with this. I will say, though, they fixed a couple of things, like the Ratchet on the head. That's pretty good, so it doesn't wobble around, so that's pretty nice, and I do like the lavender or the purple color scheme with that. That's pretty good. But going back to Bisk, I think he's a pretty cool figure, and really leads this wave, because a lot of people seem to go after Bisk, and I'm impressed by him. I think he's a pretty awesome looking figure. He's pretty weird, but I think nonetheless he's pretty cool, and I'm glad to have it in my collection. So thank you so much, Ultra Maximus, for sending this out. And then he's got a couple of pistols. Each figure has two weapons. Bisk, his weapons are the opposite. Ratchet's weapons are the same. And then Scatterspike's weapons are completely different, but they're reusing the Quillfire weapons, and one of them is just a quill. So I guess that's kind of a theme going on with this. I know I haven't really been talking about Ratchet too much. Ratchet's pretty cool too. I don't think he leads the wave, but he definitely is one of the more powerful figures in the wave. Again, Scatterspike is not bad, but she just feels like the same thing previously. In fact, she pretty much is. But with Ratchet, there's a lot of people who are into Ratchet, a lot of people who are a fan of Ratchet, and I think that the simpler design actually works for Ratchet compared to the previous Prime version, which wasn't that much fun transforming it. I just feel like with the huge amount of clear plastic and some of the transformation issues that gets in the way, I think that the Prime Ratchet is a cool figure, and I love the robot mode, love the alt mode. I think the style definitely beats the RID version. I think the Prime is just the better one, but that's kind of ironic, because technically they're both robots in disguise, because Prime early on was called Robots in Disguise for the lineup, for its main toy lineup, for a while. So I guess they're technically both robots in this disguise, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways, with the Ratchet, I just like the simpler transformation. I think it's a little more fun. I mean, yeah, it's pretty simple, but it's not bad. So yeah, with that said, it's not a bad wave. Ironically enough, I don't know if That's actually not a bad name. Scatterspike is a figure that's not like they didn't pack as much as the Bisk and Ratchet, but when I hear about toy hunts and whatnot with Bisk and Ratchet and this wave, I don't hear so often about, oh yeah, I found a Scatterspike. Mostly what I hear is Bisk and Ratchet. I don't know if she's short packed, is what I was trying to say, but yeah, I hear more about Bisk and Ratchet. And I don't think that's because people are really looking for Bisk and Ratchet, although I could definitely tell that people are going to go after those figures more so than this. I think that she might be short-packed in the wave, which is not bad, because that means that the two new figures, or relatively new figures, gets the better release, and you get a new view from the Transformers Robots in Disguise lineup. Again, there's a lot of people who are a huge fan of Ratchet. I still consider that the Prime Ratchet is my favorite version of Ratchet. I don't read the comics, so maybe that would be the better one. But as far as I'm concerned, for TV shows and whatnot, the Prime Ratchet is the better one. So yeah, if you're a huge fan of Ratchet, you're gonna love this wave. And you love having more Decepticons. I think this is a good wave because you get a majority of Decepticons, which is pretty cool. One female, so that's nice. And I think the wave is good, you know? And I can definitely see why people were really wanting this wave, especially for Bisk and Ratchet, but it's been a while since then. I think people have moved on, especially now that we already have 2 waves of RID out. I still need to find wave 2 of the RID stuff, but I just finished wave 1, so I'm not really in a hurry. But I think this is a pretty good wave. So what do you guys think? Please comment below. What do you guys think of the overall wave itself? And do you like this video style? I have other Transformers that I've completed the waves, so maybe I'll do some videos on that. I'm not sure. But was this informative? Did you like my opinions or not? Or whatever? Did you find this informative in any sort of way? I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.